Hello everyone, bringing you another unboxing video today. For those of you who follow me on social media, you may have seen that I've recently turned 30 and my friend Alan sent me a birthday gift in the post, which we're going to have a look at in the unboxing video today. One of the items sent is on loan to do a future video on, and that's a JG bush jacket of one form or another. I have an idea of what it might be, but we'll see. So that's going to be very interesting to take a look at in the future, and I'm very interested to see what's been sent. So without further ado, we'll have a look at what's arrived in the post.
Okay, so as is usual, I have the box open here to save on all the rustling and everything and peeling away the tape. Just save a little bit of that noise in the video. The first thing that arrived on top here is this lovely postcard saying happy birthday from Alan. So thank you very much, Alan. Thank you very much for the happy returns. And incredibly generous of Alan. I know a couple of the two things in here which aren't a JG bush jacket are for me as gifts. The JG bush jacket that Alan's mentioned is borrowed, which I'm assuming is so I can make a future video on it. This is exceptionally generous, Alan. Thank you very much indeed. This is something I've known for a while. There's some old photographs knocking around of me wearing this. This is a 1949 pattern battle dress blouse. Small differentiation, it doesn't have the buttonhole in the collar, but made in sateen, the combat uniform material essentially. If I remember, this is mid 50s. Where's the label gone? There is a label in here. There we go. It's in the waistband. It's mid 50s, and if you look at the sizing there, it actually has a name, Nunna A Sergeant, and then the height is very specific, 6'1½ inch. Breast 37, GDS 1955, and it's definitely obviously an issue item. It's not been privately purchased. We've always assumed, obviously, well, it's been made for an individual. A limited trials item perhaps, or it's had NCO's badges on, it's had sergeant's insignia there, and obviously a shoulder title at the top there, quite a long one, so we'd wondered possibly guards. You can see the title used to be there, and then we've had a formation badge. But not entirely sure on that. As I say, a very interesting piece and very, very unusual, and this will be a subject of a future video talking about it a little bit more and looking at the details of obviously the internals and everything as well. Incredibly generous, Alan. Thank you very, very much indeed for this. I'm a little bit lost for words at that. A very, very rare item and a very, very strange and interesting item from that point of view. And a lovely, lovely thing. So I'll put that to one side for a minute. Out of the way, there we go. And the next item, again, exceedingly generous. We have here a red beret, Airborne beret, and this is the 1964 dated example, which I borrowed from Alan at Hack Green. You'll see me when I was representing, well, British Airborne 1964, 20 years on from Arnhem. I wore this because it was the anniversary, but we were at a Cold War event, so I thought I'd do 20 years on. Thank you very, very much, Alan. It's in beautiful condition, this, it really is. And a little repair at the top there, but very neatly done. Alan, very good with that. I think Alan did that. Very, very good with that. It's a lovely, lovely thing. So thank you very, very much indeed for that. That's fantastic. And the thing to borrow, I think I can tell what the final item is just looking at the buttons. This is a 1957 pattern jungle green bush jacket, and this, as you can see here from the label, is a sealed pattern example, which is a particularly nice thing. You can see on the label there, jackets bush green 1957 pattern. And this, well, it's a beautiful thing in and of itself. It's also interesting because it's an interim. It's the last bush jacket design. Obviously, you'd have in the late 50s, 60s, you have the introduction of the jungle green Airtex shirt, which was very popular in Borneo. This is the last bush jacket design, and it differs quite in a few details from the 1950 pattern, which had gone before. And obviously, through into the 70s, you have the move to the tropical DPM uniform. So this is the last of the green bush jackets, and it'll be very interesting to talk about. Alan's lent me this, so I can make a video on it, which is very kind of him. And it introduces some interesting features which should probably have been around on the 1950 pattern. The 1950 pattern has a fixed belt and so forth. This has a removable belt and other details. We'll get into all of that in a future video. I'm really looking forward to making videos on these various items, both those that have been gifted and the and the bush jacket, which has been lent for that purpose. So thank you very much once again, Alan. This is fantastic. It really is.
The blouse, as I said in the video, is one I've actually worn before. Alan took some photographs of me wearing the sateen blouse, and our friend Ramsey, who's come up in previous videos, wearing standard serge 1949 pattern to compare the two. And I'll put those photographs up on social media, and I'll also put one in the video. I'll put the photograph in the video here as well for you to have a look at. As I say, the blouse in particular, a very unusual item, and the story behind that, the reasoning behind it in terms of design and so forth, is a little bit uncertain, but we'll talk about that in a future video. I do hope you found that interesting. As I always say, if you have and you'd like to see more, then please do consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And whether you're newly subscribing or you've already subscribed, do make sure you've hit the little bell, little notification button down below, which will obviously alert you when I upload future videos. There is also, if you really like my uploads and you'd like to support the channel, there's both Patreon and PayPal link down below. And a massive thank you to everyone who supports the channel via those two methods. It's massively appreciated, and thank you very much indeed for that. There's also social media as well, both Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, all linked down below. And there's also an email address should you wish to drop me a line that way as well. There is an email address linked down below in the description too. But that's everything for this video, I think. So until next time, bye for now.